Et hop, personne n'a rien vu. Coucou YouTube.
Alright, listen.
Ah,
Take this crystal. How does it allow us to
j'aurais dû
conjure
sauvegarder
magics?
avant de parler à
Answer,
Steve.
by drawing ambient ether from the air.
YouTube,
But where do these
FFC,
crystals come from?
les cristaux.
That's easy. They're mine from the mother crystals.
They're one and the same. Although admittedly this here fits more easily in the pocket.
Uh-huh.
The mother crystals are massive. Some as large as mountains.
So you see the problem. Imagine just how much ether can be drawn by something that size. As to where it's all going, mind, well, I can't know everything, can I?
We are taught that the mother crystals are divine. Their ether a gift from the heavens. For centuries, nations have fought and fallen for want of that gift. If what you say is true, how did no one else see it?
Who says they didn't? Maybe the truth was inconvenient.
Oui, je donne.
Inconvenient to whom, exactly?
The higher-ups? The gods themselves?
So now you want to do something about the crystals? And what? We're not helping bearers and dominants anymore.
I didn't say that. I made a promise and I intend to keep it. But if we continue down this path, there's only one fate that awaits the realm. And we can't very well set our people free if they're all lying dead in a blighted ditch. Not if we want to create a place where they can live on their own terms anyway. Sort of defeats the purpose. So, if we have to bring the old world crashing down in order to build us a new one, what say you? Are you with me?
Are you sure?
I suppose it's about time I repaid your faith.
You could have just said aye. But it's nice to have you aboard all the same.
What have I got myself into? I'm going to need more than a few potions for this.
Don't mind me. Just taking a
J'ai
quick...
été là-bas il y a genre 30 secondes. Enfin, pas 30 secondes. Juste avant d'arrêter la vidéo, mais bon.
So what God's forsaken corner of the realm is Sid dragging you off to this time?
Oriflamme.
The Holy Capital. And what business would you lot have in... On second thoughts, I don't want to know. Speaking of Oriflamme, I hear the trading routes leading south have seen more than double the usual traffic. If you ask me, somewhat foul's brewing. And it ain't Tyre's borbile tea. Oh, just go and see Otto, will you?
All right.
I heard Otto barking at his lot earlier.
Clive, was it?
Bonjour Otto.
So you're really going through with it? Sid's been talking about bringing down a mother crystal since I've known him. But that's all it's ever been. Talk.
He's convinced it's the right thing to do. We'll be leaving for the capital shortly.
Well, you couldn't have picked a better moment. Seems the hiding the royalists gave him wasn't enough to dampen old Sylvester's spirits. His legions are on the march again.
Donc,
This time, due south.
Another war.
All as
De
the
là,
great
tu comprends,
Grieger
là.
wills it. Bloodthirsty little miss, that one. That's God's for you, innit? Still, might work to our advantage on this occasion. Wars breed chaos. On the front lines, and at home. With a fair wind behind them, a handful of like-minded ne'er-do-wells could melt into the back alleys of Oriflamme.
Ah ouais, la vache!
No trouble. Is making it
Je
to
suis
the
à peine à
capital
la
was
fin
the
de l'acte
problem.
1, il y a
The
7 actes.
checkpoint.
That's right. Anyone travelling in or out
Ah,
of
on n'a pas
Oriflamme
terminé du coup, la
has to
vache.
go through Northreach. Lucky for you, I might just know of a way.
This.
Well, no, not that. That gets you an audience with the Dame. And it's the Dame who'll see you safely through Northreach. I'll send the Stolas in the morning. Let her know you're coming.
Il va y avoir
We go
beaucoup
way
de
back.
quêtes dans l'acte 1
This is a
comparé
true
aux
friend of the
autres.
cause. I'm sure you'll get on like a house on fire.
That's good of you, but who is this dame, and where will I find her?
She's the proud proprietress of Northreach's foremost house of ill repute, the Vale. And she's quite a woman, if you know what I mean.
A woman. Right.
Don't go blinding her with your
Ouais,
charm now,
l'acte
lad.
1 il est très
I'll
long.
be expecting a full
Et après, plus ça va et plus ils sont
when you
courts, j'ai
get
l'impression.
back.
Donc ça va. Dans tous les cas, on... Attends, je vais compter vite fait. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Je suis à la 13e quête. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Par contre, j'aimerais bien que tu me laisses cliquer sur la soluce de merde. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. Ok, donc je suis à peu près au tiers du jeu. Ok. Comptoir des quêtes, je
suppose
m'en
that's
bats les
everything.
couilles.
Now to find Gav.
Regarde le vrai MVP de ce jeu d'ailleurs, hein, je tiens à le signaler.
Well, 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 someone's in a hurry.
Just following orders.
Funny, I never took you for the type.
Can't all be as obedient as you, Gav.
Eh?
Fine day for a little mischief, wouldn't you say?
Is this all of us?
Actually, Gav won't be coming.
Just the three of us, then.
Drake said is the keystone of the Empire. Oriflamme's in chaos, yes, but that doesn't mean we can march an army through her gates. The fewer our numbers, the better our chances of going unnoticed.
Bon bah, Gam le vient pas, on va tous mourir.
And should that plan fail, well, we have our icons to fall back on.
Sid, I don't know if I can. Ifrit still seems to come
T'en
and
fais
go
pas,
as he
Clive.
pleases.
Toi, t'es un neuneu, mais moi, je
Ordinarily,
te contrôle
finding
bien,
an
t'en
icon
fais pas.
comes naturally to a dominance. But then, you are no ordinary dominance.
Well, he's still got the blessing of the Phoenix, doesn't he?
Not to mention what he sucked out of Garuda. And did I ever tell you about how he was once the greatest shield in Rosaria? You know, I reckon he could probably cut us a path out of the capital on his own if need be.
Let's try not to find out.
We're less likely to be spotted if we travel separately. I'll meet you in Northreach in a few days.
Ok.
You two behave now.
Donc, on part de la neige déchue.
So, we're meeting in Northreach. And will I find Sid and Jill before this Dane finds me?
But how did the grocer know his daughter had been stealing off?
Merde. Alors, je suis où là? Mais wesh!
Master Quentin will never forgive me if I don't save that girl.
Moi, il y a 2 secondes, il faisait nuit et là maintenant il fait jour. What the fuck? Ça a l'air de par là.
Is it safe to ride to Northreach now?
I wouldn't say safe.
Ok.
You know what to do, boy. Sequence over.
Ça va, on est presque arrivé.
There. Northreach.
Ah, c'était pas loin en vrai.
Excellent. Another
Merde.
fight. Get him. You know what to do, boy. There, boy. Sick of Toggle. There, boy. There, boy. You know what to do, boy.
C'est beau. Nul. Je prie le meilleur des bébés, vous c'est quoi?
soldiers used to speak of a brothel, but that was north of the checkpoint. I hope the dame has friends in the south.
Fish! All from the sea of grace.
You there! Fancy a drop?
The right to confiscate any objects.
Begone! The gate's for citizens, not serfs.
Ah merde.
Are you gonna buy something or not?
Ah, attends, il y a un marchand là. Bonjour.
Welcome, welcome.
C'est quoi ça? Ouais, ouais.
Come back again.
Merci.
You say these are all from Dalmatia?
Pardon.
A moment, my lady.
A moment? I doubt you could afford even that much of my time. Branded.
My mistake.
No, mine. Upon reflection, you don't have the scent of a branded about you. The flowers. Otto always did know how to please me. More than Sid ever did anyway. Do you think you could please me, Clive?
Coquine.
You're the dame.
Let us leave such
Elle est très jolie,
impersonal
Caroline.
titles to my less preferred clientele. You can call me Isabel. Otto assured me I could trust you. I can trust you, can't I?
You can trust me, yes, but... why would you...
Help you? Because that's what we do. Long ago, Sid did me a kindness when no one else would. I have never forgotten that. Without it, I would not be where I am today. And so, I make it a point to do the same whenever possible.
Ouais, c'est logique.
Which brings us here. To the final obstacle between you and whatever it is you seek in the holy capital. I fear the guards are not likely to let a masterless bearer pass unmolested. Unless...
Unless...
Unless, of course, his master deigned to appear. Yes, that will do nicely. But... I shall expect a favor in return.
Wait, what?
Bah encore une fois, perso, moi ça me va. Mais attends, du coup, elle est passée où, Jean? Elle est plus là? Jean? Oh non, je suis tout seul.
What the hell are you doing?
Tut tut. We cannot have people thinking I tolerate disobedience from my branded.
The men who gave me this are no more my masters than you are. But... it's not as if I can hide it.
From the moment you acquired it, that brand has done naught but take. But today, it is going to give you
Non,
exactly
j'imagine qu'elle va
what
faire
you
une douille
want.
du genre, elle va
Just
faire croire au
play
mec
along.
que c'est elle mon maître, genre.
Madame, back to the Vale already?
But of course, we must make ready to welcome you, my dear.
And who might this be?
Why, my new escort. The streets aren't safe for a girl, what with all the royalists about.
Oui, voilà, c'est ça, c'est tout simple.
Well, don't work him too hard.
Well, that rather depends on you now, doesn't it? I'll see you all at sunset.
Oi, hold up.
Oui.
Another fucking branded. Oh, you're lucky you're with the dame. Get out of my sight, filth.
That wasn't so bad.
Wasn't so bad. They might have recognized me.
But they didn't. And even if they had, they wouldn't have done anything about it. The gentlemen of the garrison are some of my best customers. We have an arrangement, as do you and I. Now, if you'd care to follow me, we can speak more at the Vale.
Doesn't seem like I have much of a choice.
Non, effectivement.
And if anyone requests her company, tell them she is feeling unwell.
Madame, you look stunning.
As do you, my dear.
Shall I have one of the girls draw a bath?
That won't be necessary. Clive, my darling. Welcome to the Vale.
Thank you for seeing me through the gates, my lady. I am in your debt.
Well, that was the whole point, wasn't it? And I told you, it's Isabel. Whatever wound you so tight, I wonder. It's certainly not Sid's influence.
You, mentioned a favor. What is it you'd have me do? I don't want to keep my companions waiting.
If you mean Sid and the girl, you needn't worry. They have yet to reach the checkpoint. Yes, Otto asked me to help them as well. But to answer your question, I need you to find someone for me. One of my girls. Tatienne has been gone for several days now, having left no word of explanation. And I've begun to fear the worst.
I feel as if I've spent my whole life searching for people. Though I can't say I'm any good at it.
I trust you'll do your best. Oh, and take this. Proof of that trust. And hopefully enough to keep prying eyes from looking too closely at that handsome face of yours. Now, I have matters to attend to at the Iron Flagon. If you find anything, ask for me there.
I should probably start here.
You wear the dame's brooch. She must trust you.
Enough to have me look for one of your colleagues. A woman by the name of Tatienne.
She's still missing then. Oh, if only I'd comforted her.
You saw her before she disappeared.
The day before, she was in tears. She'd lost her comb, a gift from the dame. It wasn't anything fancy, but you could tell it meant the world to her. You see, Tatienne was an orphan, and she looked upon the dame as a mother, as do we all.
So she was upset.
And I didn't lend her my shoulder. But perhaps someone else did. Tatienne shared a room. Her chambermaid may have seen something. She's over there, sitting by the pond.
Thank you. Let's see what her chambermaid can tell us then.
So you're the new escort the girls have been talking about. And you've already been sent off on an errand, eh? Poor boy. You'll be knackered before the real work begins later on tonight.
I'm Told you share a bedchamber with Tatienne. Did she say anything to you before?
Before she went missing. Only that she needed to meet with someone. She did mention a name, but I know exactly who she meant.
You do?
Lad from the garrison. Annoying little shit. Spent every guil he earned on Tatienne, and picked fights with anyone else who tried to buy her time. Followed her around like a lost puppy. Tatienne was flattered at first, but it didn't take long for her to get scared. She thought about saying something. But the Dame was so proud of her for how much she was bringing in, and she didn't want to let her down.
Super,
this man from the garrison. Did you ever see him?
Of course I did. He tried to sneak into our room enough times. Slimy sod's got a scar over one eye. Claims he got it in battle.
You've been very helpful.
Don't let him get away with this. Find him, and you'll find her.
A man from the garrison. Seems a trip to the barracks is in order.
Ah, bon. Bon.
I haven't seen you around the Vale of late.
Bonjour, je suis le nouveau toutou de Madame Isabelle.
Heard the bones fell favorably to the Vale.
I'm looking for a man with a scar over his eye.
Looking for a man? Does this look like a brothel, Branded? Fuck off.
Hold your tongue. He wears the Dame's brooch. One word from him and the Vale's doors will be barred to us for good.
There's only one man in the garrison with a dodgy eye. His name's Yannick. I haven't seen him around lately, though.
On account of him being in war. Yeah, Yannick left a few days back. Said he had dealings with a merchant there.
The Dame thanks you. Moor is the last village on the road to Oriflamme. I should let Isabel know where I'm headed.
Ah oui, donc du coup, je dois ressortir. Ah merde.
Clive, tell me you bear good tidings.
That remains to be seen.
Oh, Tatienne, you could have told me.
This Yannick. The soldiers I spoke to believe he's in the village of Moor. According to them, he claimed to have some business with a merchant there. Though that wouldn't explain his continued absence.
And you plan on traveling to Moor to ascertain the truth?
Isn't that what you want?
Oh, it is, but I fear sending you there may cause more harm than good. The people of Moor are rather set in their ways. You'll find they have little love for bearers, and they will not hesitate to report one such as you to the constabulary. There is a man in Moor who owes me a favor. More than one, in fact. His name is Bertrand, and he works at the stables. Tell him I sent you.
I shall return as soon as I find something.
Think I might see you tonight?
Oriflamme,
Je suis tout seul.
how many bearers suffer to keep your granaries full?
Il dit que quand j'allais dire bon, j'aimerais bien accélérer. Au final, il l'a fait.
That's enough for today, Branded.
Go on. That's enough dallying, you two. Up, the lot of you. There's still work to be done.
If the people of Moor are as intolerant as Isabel says, it's no wonder the Empire never sent my unit here.
Buy, sell, or be gone.
Weren't expecting any new Branded until the new moon. You don't think he's a deserter, do you?
All that clean? You...
If even a grain is missing.
Ah putain, il est là.
Are you Bertrand? The dame sent me.
Sounds about right. Only time I hear from her is when she wants something. Well, go on then. What is it?
One of her courtesans has gone missing, and I need to find her. A soldier who may have information on her whereabouts is rumored to have come here to meet with a trader.
Many traders stop to peddle their wares on their way to the capital, but only one's been seen quarreling with a soldier.
Is he still here?
The trader? Oh, yeah. Stubborn sod stood his ground till the soldier got tired of shouting, from what I hear. If you seek him out, keep your head down. Fact is, folks round here would sooner hang a Branded than help him. And that's even with the dame's brooch for protection.
Understood.
What's this? A Branded? Where's your master? Must I call for the constable?
I come to you from Northreach, at the behest of the dame. Perhaps you've heard of her.
Why, of course I have. I am the good lady's servant. What is it that she requires of me?
Rumor has it you were seen arguing with a soldier some few days ago. A soldier with a scar over his eye.
Yes, that's right. He had a comb which he claimed was an antique. Said he wanted to trade it for a newer one. But old though it was, an antique it most certainly was not, as I told him. Nevertheless, he insisted that it was of great value and was quite vehement about my appraisal. I stood firm, however, and for all his bluster, he still purchased a new comb, albeit an inexpensive one.
Oh.
And do you know where he went after that?
My customers aren't usually in the habit of telling me whither they are bound, but as it happens, this one did. Yonder ruins, strange as it may sound.
My thanks.
Not at all. I would do anything for the Dane. Anything. Be sure and tell her, won't you, that I was helpful. I mean, most helpful.
Oui, bien sûr, je lui dirai.
It smells of death here, Torgal. Wolves. We can't let them get any closer to the village.
Give them all you've got, boy. Get them. Keep your distance, boy. Sick 'em, Torgal. Stay down. Over here. Too slow. It's over. You know what to do, boy. Give them all you've got, boy. Get him, boy. Sick 'em. It's over. Get him. That's enough. Get him, boy. Get him. Sick him, Torgal.
Voilà. Oh non, me dis pas que...
Damn it all. Bodies. A man and a woman.
Oh non. C'est ça, il y a un soldat et une nana. Oh putain, c'est affreux.
Well, the wolves have been busy. But the blood is long dry.
Avec le fameux peigne.
So it is you. Tatien.
If that's true, then the body next to hers will be Yannick's. The
Ah
girl
bah.
Yannick went off to sea every night. You said her name was Tatien.
You. Did you follow me?
Now, why would I do that? Unless you think I'd have good reason to. But no. I was sent to find Yannick. By the looks of things, I have.
We both found who we were searching for.
Yeah, he was a jealous sod. Couldn't stand the thought of his woman with someone else. Then one day he sees her with a new comb. Thinks she's got herself a new gallant.
Ah,
Tells the
c'est ça,
garrison he's
l'histoire,
gonna
ok.
find the man and kill him. We know it's all talk, but then he disappears off to Moor for some dealings and doesn't come back.
If you mean this comb, it was a gift from the dame.
If only Yannick had bothered to ask, eh? He might not be rotting on a hill.
I think he meant to ask us something else. He stole the old comb and bought her a new one in the hope they'd wed.
Wed? Where would they have gone? Certainly not back to Northreach with a dame waiting. And we all know what happens to deserters. Tell the dame I'm sorry for her loss. When the lads come to collect Yannick's body, I'll see that Tatien is delivered to the Vale.
Is that wise?
Oh, there won't be any covering up this mess. The most we can hope for is that the dame doesn't hold it against us. Speaking of which, I saw her in Moor just now. Could you tell her what happened? Might sound better coming from you.
Oh, quelle merde.
I need to tell Isabel. Perhaps the comb will give her something to remember Tatien by.
If it was a message that needed delivering on.
You are still in one piece, I see. You will be pleased to hear that your companions have arrived. They said they would meet you at a little chapel to the east of here.
Thank you, but you needn't have come all this way just to tell me. I was on my way to see you.
You found her then?
Je suis désolé.
see, my dear Tatienne. It is by no means uncommon for a client to fall for a courtesan. Especially a client who's young and far from home. But rarely do such tales have happy endings.
I found this with Tatienne. I believe it was yours.
Thank you for returning it. I shall see that it has a place on her pyre.
I should go.
Before you do, I have one last gift. A token of my thanks. The Veil counts among its patrons several high-ranking officers of the Imperial Army. According to one of the looser-tongued gentlemen, it would appear that the legions are planning to march south.
Not to mention the same thing.
But did he mention that it was all of the legions? This is no mere skirmish. Were I to guess, I'd say the Emperor planned to abandon the capital. But that couldn't possibly be true now, could it? Take care, Clive.
I will. And thank you again.
Bon.
After it.
C'est une c'est quoi? C'est quoi? Alors, c'est là-haut. Comment je fais pour aller là-haut?
Any trouble on the way?
None worth mentioning.
As I was telling Jill, it's worse than I thought. The capital's crawling with soldiers.
And here I am, the deserter come home.
Which is why we'll be taking the back door.
La porte de derrière. Ah, on est déjà entré? Bah dis donc, c'était rapide.
Cheer up, you two. Can't think of a safer place in the Empire than a... brothel.
Really? Doesn't seem very private.
So then, how do we proceed?
We'll be using the glass gate. Tonight, just after sunset.
Where the shards are loaded for transport. That is one of the most heavily guarded points in all of Sambrec.
But not the most, which is a start. Besides, I know a shortcut straight to the heart.
A shortcut? And how exactly did you come to know about this fatal chink in the Empire's armor?
Let's just say I may have attempted something similar before. And may have ended up running for dear life after being discovered by Bahamut, but that's not important.
Sid, if the Mother Crystals truly are the cause of the Blight...
If? You wound me, Jill.
What I'm trying to say is, if the powers that be know all of this, why do they sit idle and allow it to continue?
In case you haven't noticed, the God-fearing people of this realm and their pious leaders care for but one thing, themselves. And they'll do whatever it takes to hold on to power. The rest of us are just a means to an end. The moment you raise your voice against them, you're decried as an outlaw, clapped in irons and slung in a cell to rot.
An outlaw.
Whoever controls the crystals controls the realm. But our kind can wield magic without them. To our rulers, we must seem the most convenient of tools, and the most dangerous.
But what makes them think they have the right to use us? To leave us to die when our bodies are spent?
Does a nobleman weep for a broken mug? A torn tunic? Our fate means nothing to them. No, this isn't a battle you can win with words. Believe me, I've tried, but nothing ever gets through. The world is simply not ready to listen. So to hell with talking. If they won't give us a say, we'll decide our fates another way. You can't blame a man for wanting to bring an end to all this, can you?
I can't. But what of all the people you mean to rob of their comforts? Are you happy for them to call you outlaw?
Sid the Outlaw. Ah, that'll do me.
You might at least pretend to take this seriously.
Have a little faith, Jill. Even if you don't think much of my choice of digs. If it means my deeds will be remembered, I'll gladly play the role of villain. But first, we have a gate to crash. And once we're in, there'll be no turning back. So you best make ready. The world won't save itself.
Eh ben parfait. Juste le temps qu'on y aille. Et je m'arrête là. Donc c'est ça, ça doit être la fin de l'acte 1, je pense.
There are not nearly enough men here.
Then it's fortunate the city guard doesn't take sentry assignment as seriously as you do. This bodes well.
That'll be a first. This may not be such a terrible plan after all.
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
Only that your last secret shortcut was nowhere near as secret as you claimed.
Yeah, but that's half the fun of it. Life's too short for perfect plans. You want a plan that'll keep you on your toes, stop you growing old and complacent.
Worked for you, has it?
Clive, my boy, Even life's smallest challenges offer the opportunity to grow and to change. You must embrace these moments. Allow them to suffuse your heart with a deep sense of fulfillment.
Narrowly escaping death at the hands of an enemy is not my idea of fulfillment.
Something wrong?
Not at all. Just wondering if the two of you had finished.
Right. We make for the Mother Crystal's heart as planned. Destroy it and the whole thing should come tumbling down.
And if the passage to the inner sanctum is guarded?
Then we embrace the moment and use it to grow and change. Come on, this way. Trying to stay out of sight.
Obviously.
Ouais, ben, ce sera pour la prochaine fois.
Don't worry, the passage is empty.
Oui, j'arrive, si, j'arrive. Bientôt.